As a professional in law enforcement or the broader criminal justice system, you may have encountered persons with developmental disabilities. Statistics show this is a group of people that is becoming overly represented as victims of crime, as suspects, and as offenders. And the reasons are varied. This series of video segments will help you identify a person with a developmental disability, to communicate more effectively with a person, and to de-escalate situations. This video segment will help you identify situations involving individuals with a developmental disability, or DD. The video will provide tips and strategies using interviews and scenarios that reflect common situations in which persons with a developmental disability may become involved with the criminal justice system. The goal is to reduce the likelihood of persons with developmental disabilities from becoming further involved with the criminal justice system or being incarcerated. Given that police officers are often the first point of contact, it's especially helpful for officers to increase their awareness and knowledge of how to more effectively interact with persons with developmental disabilities. Other professionals that would benefit from this information include those working in the courts, probation and parole, and correctional institutions across both the adult and youth justice systems. At the end of this video, we will list resources available to further build knowledge and understanding. Early identification of a developmental disability can help in assessing a person's understanding and decision-making abilities. Someone with a developmental disability may look like anyone else, not self-identify as having developmental disability, be a witness, victim, suspect, or an offender, and could exhibit questionable behavior due to any number of factors: medication, illness, injury, experience of abuse, trauma, environmental factors, and more. Some general indicators include mannerisms such as fidgeting, pacing, self-injurious behavior, unclear speech, perhaps due to hearing loss or other issues, impaired memory recall, or poor reasoning and judgment, missing social cues or being unresponsive to social cues. Some socially inappropriate behavior may include standing too close, talking loudly, difficulty listening without interrupting, and too much eye contact or none at all. An initial conversation can provide some clues. For example, an individual with a developmental disability may reference special education, a day program, workshop, or having a worker, live in a group home, or be an older adult living with parents, have difficulty expressing themselves, be overly honest to the point of being perceived as rude, and appear to lack empathy.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good. What's going on today?
Just sitting here.
What's your name?
Garrett Thomas.
Garrett Thompson?
Yeah.
Did you go to school, Garrett?
Nope.
Do you work, Garrett?
Nope.
So where do you live?
Napanee or...
Napanee.
Yep.
Do you live with your mom or dad?
Nope.
So, Garrett, does anybody know that you're here? Who do you live with?
Group home.
Now, what do you do during the day? Because you're in Kingston now, you're not in Napanee.
Here is Dr. Jessica Jones, clinical and forensic psychologist, associate professor of psychiatry and psychology at Queen's University, and clinical director of the Developmental Disabilities Consulting Program.
What's crucially important for identifying someone with developmental disabilities is recognizing that they do bleed into each other in terms of how they present. So the more communication and reading the communication style of the person is going to dictate whether they have a developmental disability or not. So an individual who may be intoxicated can still use sophisticated language, can keep up with the pace of a conversation. However, an individual with developmental disabilities may use very literal or concrete terms, and the pace of conversation and understanding and responding to questions are going to be a red flag for officers. In fact, they may come across as over-friendly, or the opposite, they may be very rude because of the difficulty in reading that social situation, more likely because they're seeking approval from people in authority. So individuals with developmental disabilities may not be able to read or write or tell the time. So any written information that we give them needs to be adjusted to their level of comprehension and level of understanding. They also may agree to things that aren't true or agree to things that they cannot abide by, and we refer to that term as suggestible. An individual's eye contact, tone of voice, body language, and then determining what the intent or motivation is of that person. Individuals with developmental disabilities have difficulty with memory due to their cognitive problems. So recalling events or sequence of events can be difficult. And for the purposes of self-preservation, like you or I, we don't like to admit when we don't know something, they try to fill in the gaps. They may have fewer coping strategies than you or I. They may react agitative quite quickly. It may also trigger past abusive experiences for these individuals. By the nature of their difficulty, they also have complications with insight and recognizing consequences beyond the immediate situation. So by not foreseeing consequences of their actions in the future, they can be or at risk of being interpreted as dismissive or indifferent to their own consequences or the actions of their behaviors.
In cases where a person with a developmental disability is a victim, the individual may exhibit behaviors such as being eager to please, being easily influenced, targeted, or victimized, believing the perpetrator is their friend or boyfriend or girlfriend, believe that the way they have been treated is appropriate, be less able or likely to report being victimized, be unaware of the seriousness or danger of a situation, not be considered a credible witness, even in situations where they're competent to provide evidence and their testimony is truthful, be unaware of their rights and believe that the way they have been treated is appropriate.
So Alana, we're here to talk about what happened. So obviously we've come in to speak to you because there was an incident that police had to get involved in. So can you tell me the best you can about what happened?
My friend took my money out of my purse.
Okay. Do you remember what happened afterwards?
Not really.
No, not really? Okay. And where did this happen?
At the cat center at the food cart.
Okay. Can you tell me maybe what time of the day this happened?
It is in the morning at the cat center.
Okay.
At the food court.
Okay. How much money was taken from your purse?
Just $20.
Just
I don't know.
$20?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any sort of dates in mind?
Nope.
No? Anything that you can remember that might have happened close to this?
No.
No? Okay. Would you say it was within the last month?
I don't know.
So Alana, this friend that took the money from your purse, can you give me their name?
No.
No? How come you can't give me their name?
Because I want to keep my friend's name to myself.
Okay.
I don't want to get her in trouble. That's all.
Okay. And you're worried about what the police maybe would do?
Yes.
Could you describe this person to me?
Not really. Don't know.
Not really? Okay. Was it a boy or was it a girl?
It's a girl.
Okay.
Female.
Did you tell anybody else about this happening?
I told my friend Catherine about my friend.
Okay. And what exactly did you tell Catherine?
I just told her that my friend took $20 out of my purse.
Okay.
I don't know what for.
Okay. Did you tell Catherine who this person was?
No, I didn't.
No? Did you maybe, you didn't give her a name or anything,
I
did
didn't
you?
give her the name
Okay.
of my friend.
Is there anybody other than Catherine that you might have told about this?
Not really.
Not really? Okay. What did Catherine say after you told her?
Catherine told me I should went and told the police, but I told her I didn't want to tell the police.
Okay.
I just want to keep it to myself.
Okay. And how come you wanted to keep it to yourself?
Because I didn't want my friend to get in trouble
Okay.
by the police. That's
Okay.
all.
Did you tell Catherine who your friend was that took your money?
I didn't tell her who was my friend, who
Okay.
she was, or nothing.
Okay. So is there anybody besides Catherine who you might have told about this?
Not really.
Not really? Okay. How about any family members or
No.
workers, anything
No.
like that? No?
No.
At any stage, if you think that an individual may have a developmental disability, it is important to ask them if they have a support worker. And when you do recognize that a victim, witness, suspect, or offender may have a developmental disability, then offer to have a support person present during the interview. This person should help provide insights and a calming influence. You may also want to consider contacting internal agency support, such as mental health or vulnerable persons unit.
Garrett, are you in a program?
Yep.
What program are you in?
Crescent Center.
The Crescent Center? And do you have a worker?
Yep.
Who's your worker?
Kelly.
Kelly? And does Kelly know where you're at? No?
Here is a list of resources that may provide you with further knowledge and support.